Getting a new job can be tough, but it's even harder if your resume makes you look unreliable. Noelle Cipollini with the staffing agency Kavaliro joins us more to talk about that. So, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
Let's talk about some top faux pas.
Okay, absolutely. I think one top faux pas would be weak words. I think sometimes people use very broad terms of, responsible for, managed, oversaw this project, but, hiring managers want to see exactly what you did. They want to see those action words, the results. So did you increase sales by 40%? Were you able to decrease expenses? They really want to see what you did for your last company that you're going to bring to their company.
Okay, so how do you explain short stints and gaps between positions?
It's very industry related. So, at Kavaliro, we do a lot of IT consulting. And so very much in IT, they'll do 6-month contracts, one place, 6 months in another across the country. But it's very industry specific. So, you need to think like the hiring manager. If they're hiring for a permanent role and you've only done short-term contracts, they're going to be pretty nervous to bring you on for a full-time role. As well as, gaps in between employment. What were you doing for the past year and a half? Were you going back to school getting an education? Or are you having trouble finding a job? That's going to be very, concerning to a hiring manager, if you've had trouble finding a job. So, really make yourself active. Use your specialized skills. Maybe go out and volunteer at a school, at a church, or, really keep up your skills.
Okay, so a way to kind of get away from the gap in employment, maybe a year or more, you say I was volunteering or I was being active in the community versus, going to a job.
I've been looking for a job for a year. Their concern is going to be, why haven't you been able to get a job for the past year?
And how do you explain that? What do you do?
You really show, it's been tough, but, I went back to school. I was able to, further my education and really show that you went above and beyond rather than just, search for a job for the past year.
Now, quickly, there's a fine line between deflecting blame and then oversharing. Tell me a little about that.
Well, and your resume is where you need to shine. So it should never be a part where, we missed the budget or, we missed the deadline. You want to show your best self. The average hiring manager only looks at a resume for about 6 seconds according to Forbes. So, you want to make sure that you shine and you don't want to talk about anything negative, right? If you start negative in the resume, it's probably going to continue throughout employment. So keep it positive, keep it your best self, and that's really where you're going to shine.
All right, great tips. Thank you so much for joining us, Noelle.
Thanks.
Back to you, Tom.
All right, 8:26, almost 8.